Chapter 11 Speech of the Fruit Loop. 3 updates? 1 weekend? This is what happens when I'm running while watching The Walking Dead. A large crowd at some mass around the streets the pony was the top of. There were so many ponies that some of the Pegasus ponies that could fly, Maddie, Danny, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and some other random ponies, had taken to the air to avoid the crowd. Fly walked up and cleared his throat. He opened his mouth and spoke. Citizens of Family Park, we have found ourselves in an unusual predicament. It has been but an hour and we know very little on the matters of state. We have already been faxed by the state government who got faxed by the federal government a message. It is to stay calm, and that is being looked into. However, though I cannot prove it, I think that this is not at all permanent. Flat smirked. I have made some observations of my own. Obviously, Pegasus can fly, unicorns can use magic, and the ones with neither I have noted but are particularly good at things like gardening or animal care, perhaps include a natural ability with nature. Aside from that, all I can advise is for you all to try to adjust. If you have any massive opponents or know any information, please report to Town Hall or email us your concerns. Lines are already full of messages, so please be patient and we'll get to it as soon as we can. If we panic and descend to chaos, we cannot fix what has happened. We are currently unsure as to whether or not this was caused by a ghost. But, of course, my money is on Danny Phantom. No sooner than did Flat make the accusation against Danny, David Step 4. Now white, jelly, cotton, pig, and man, Applejack snapped. The crowd turned to see her. Then he stared in silence at her. Flat looked carefully at her. Didn't know how close she was to a Pegasus that looked a lot like Danny. And remember what Blue Blood had said. When he saw the mark of apples on her, he knew they had to be one of his new friends. Applejack. Flat scoffed. And who are you? My name is... Applejack paused. Jacqueline Smith. My friends call me Applejack. And you can't make an approved accusation against Daddy Phantom? He is innocent until proven guilty. What proof do you have that he proved that... Do you have that he did anything at all? She asked. The crowd murmured, and Flat scowled. What proof do you have that he didn't do anything? He asked. What proof do you have that he did do something? If he didn't, then you're being downright dishonest and mean. Ponies should be honest with each other, especially with someone in power like you. Honesty is a virtue. I ain't no fancy smashy figure or nothing, but I am an honest pony. And Danny Phantom is innocent until proven guilty, she finished. The crowd began to cheer and stomped their hooves in approval of her words. Applejack politely tipped her head and smiled. Flat's face turned a bright red in embarrassment and anger. No one made him look like a fool. I suggest, my dear, you be careful about what you say. Meeting adjourned, he said, and walked off. He walked inside and went to his office. He opened his desk and found a small, flying bot that could spy for him. He quickly set the target and let it go. He turned on the speakers in his room and listened in. He could hear the group begin to laugh and high-hoof and congratulate Applejack on her words. Good, I said it better. Nice going, make the fool look like a fool, Rainbow Dash said. Applejack smiled. Why, not a problem. I just don't like seeing my friends being pushed around. I certainly won't tolerate it, she said. Danny grinned. That's so nice of you. Thanks. Alright. Jack and I have some business to take care of at home. We are already guessing people are going to be asking us for information. Why don't you go and report to Princess Celestia and see what's going on in Equestria? May suggested. I have homework to do. The others can go, Jess said. Yeesh, you're thinking of homework at a time like this? The next. Shut up, little brother. Let's get going. Fly quickly controlled the robot and made it land in the closest available pony's head that was following them. However, that target happened to be Fluttershy, and as soon as the robot landed on her, she detected the movement, shrieked, and flopped over, thus crushing the robot in the process. That probably turned the Fluttershy an alarm. The pony let out a small moan and stood back up. She turned to see pieces of a destroyed mechanism on the ground. She brushed off whatever scraps were in her tail and stared at it. What is it? She squeaked. Tucker examined it for a second and made his judgment. It looks like one of Flat's robots he used for spying. Luckily, he chose Fluttershy, who would detect it in an instant. Looks like he meant to spy on us, he said. Spike shuddered. But how much did he hear? That's so weird, the baby dragon said. Twice, Sparkle stared at the remains. I don't know. He could have heard nothing or everything we just said. Goodness gracious, He's sure determined, Rarity said, disturbed. Pinky poked at it and got a minor shock, making her retract her hoof and pout. Ow! What a meanie! Does he know nobody could have many friends if you're mean? She asked. He doesn't care. In any case, we need to be careful. Keep our eyes and ears open, Sam replied. Maddie, Jack, and Jez quickly changed their plans. On second thought, maybe we should check along just in case. I'll bring the Fenton guns, Jack said proudly. In the mayor's office, everything went static after he heard a yelp of terror and did nothing. Flag grumbled, but at least knew where they were headed. He turned to a ghost and flew out. Turning invisible, he saw the group headed to Fenton Works. As he began to follow them, he knew he had a lead.